It's the Dan Dakich Show, 93.5 and 107.5. The Fan.
Why are we playing anchors away, you ask? Well, last night, the win of the night was Navy. The head coach, DeChellis. Eddie DeChellis, he was at Penn State, and he is now and has been at Navy for quite some time, and they just went out and beat Virginia. Virginia, I think, has, the best coach in college basketball. I think that Tony Bennett is terrific. And I think you get a chance to beat Tony Bennett and his crew when you're at Virginia or when you're at the Naval Academy. And I think they did it without two of their players. I think they did it without two of their best players. And we're going to talk to the coach coming up here in a minute. But, man, that's one hell of a win. I mean, think of the advantages that you have at Virginia as opposed to what you have at Navy. And Coach DeChellis John Carr Jr. was terrific, and they went and got the win. And we celebrated. Coach, how are you, man? 66-58 over UVA. That's a hell of a W, big boy.
Dan, thank you. Thanks for having me on the show. Yeah, it was good. It was a good night for our kids. Our kids really, we made all the big shots at the right time. We defended just well enough and rebounded just well enough. And, we're able to sneak out there with a win, and are really, really happy and proud of themselves. They should be. The first time we played in front of fans in a year, and the place was loud and rocking, and it tested us, and so it was all good.
Hey, word on the street from America's greatest sports information director since / assistant athletic director, Scott Strassmeyer. You guys didn't have two of your best players as well, correct?
Well, we had two kids. Actually three. One of the kids played in the post a little bit. It played about 8 to 10 minutes, but he had a bad foot. A point guard that played a great deal for us last year has had a turf toe. And another wing who's played a lot for us had a bad ankle. So we were -2 for sure, and the third one only played very briefly because I didn't like the way he was moving around. So, I think we're a deep team, Dan. We got a lot of guys. We got a lot of guys returning. Really like our squad. We got great chemistry. And as I talked to some of my colleagues today, in the year of transfer portal, we're the exception to that. But our guys have played together now for 2 or 3 years, and that camaraderie, as you know, and that chemistry is just really hard to sometimes build into, and we've kind of have it here in a natural way. Our kids like each other, and they play with each other now for a few years, and so I think we're, a team that's pretty unified.
Unless I missed something, 12-1 last year in the league and 15-3. That's what you were. I mean, it's, so I guess, people shouldn't be that shocked. I mean, hell, you got guys back, and they're at the Naval Academy. They're at an academy, so they're tough kids, right? I mean,
yeah. We Georgetown over there last year gave our kids some confidence, and then had a good conference season. We only played 13, went 12-1. Then we had some contact tracing, unfortunately, in the tournament, lost starters and couldn't play in the game, and so we got beaten our tournament, which was really disappointing for us. But a lot of kids are returning. And like we spoke about, it's, we got some veteran guys back there now, and they have an idea. If they get any kind of coaching, I think we're going to be okay.
Yeah, I think the coaching is the least of your worries, big boy. Hey, can you walk people through what a day in the life of a basketball player at the Naval Academy is, what it entails?
Well, it's not much I say that it's not much different than any other country. Get up earlier. Our freshmen are usually up at 5, and they're doing some kind of military stuff. And then we go to class from 8 until this year we go from 8 until 3:30 in the afternoon. And our guys usually don't have any breaks during the day, because our kids carry anywhere from 18 to 21 hours a semester. And that's the really hard part academically, in the sense that, it's not taking, 12 credits. It's taking 18 to 21. And you're taking challenging things. And then we practice at 4 till 6, and then they go back on, go eat dinner, and then they got study hours at nighttime, and then they do it all over again the next day. I think the academic rigors, Dan, are really, really challenging. When I talk about our kids, and they're in there lunchtime in our little film room over here area we have for them, and they're doing chemistry problems at lunchtime and physics problems and calculus problems, and I'm just electrical engineering problems on the board, and they're all helping each other. And I'm like, damn, I'm the same guy struggling to get through sociology. And, so that's the challenging part. You got to be ready. You got to be prepared every day in class, because we have really small classes. Student to faculty ratio is 8 to 1. So you walk in class, you got 8 other kids in there, 7 other kids and the professor. And, you got to know what you're doing. You get called upon to go put a problem on the board, or talk about an English chapter you just had to read. So you got to really be prepared for class here. It's not like you and I in the back and kind of hang out, right? So at least me.
Me too.
But,
me too.
Large classes too. I'm a Penn State guy. We had huge classes. No one knew we were there or not. And if we get back, Dan, at 1 a.m. or 2 a.m., no one cares. You're up at the next morning, and you're going to breakfast, and you're going to class. There's no hitting the snooze and rolling over and saying, I don't think I'm going to this one today. I mean, it's a mandatory situation. So that gets a little troubling sometimes.
When do they get to drink beer and watch ESPN?
When they graduate.
Yeah, that's it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they're set for life.
Yeah, right? Then everything's good.
Navy or Marine Corps. So they can buy all the beer they want and hang out, and whether it's San Diego or Hawaii or Norfolk or down in Jacksonville, Florida, or Rhoda, Spain, or Japan. But, the road and the path is a little more difficult. That's why it is what it is. And but I wouldn't change anything for the world. We got great young men and women here at the academy, and they work really, really hard. They're dedicated. They're fun to coach. They're all bright kids, and so they're pretty mature. And it's just fun to be around them. It's just very, very gratifying. And as a coach, people say, well, I got guys who graduated and who I got a million texts last night from, that kids are all over the country and all over the world texting me and following our game. And, whether they're driving ships or they're Marine officers or they're flying planes, or we've got a Navy SEAL. The kids really do neat stuff following graduation here. And it's really, really I'm very, very thankful to be part of their lives.
I think it'd be very, very cool. I've always thought it'd be very cool. DeChellis, the head coach of Navy, last night got a win. First time since David Robinson, the Naval Academy, beat a ranked team, and they got it last night. I got a couple people want to ask you a question. A friend of mine, George Monahan, said, Dan, the last time I ate in Bancroft Hall at the Naval Academy was 1979. Can you ask Coach if the food there is still really good?
It's better than good. You can just imagine. It's better than good. Our kids, that's one thing, Dan. We got the Veterans Classic this weekend here, which you started, and we got 3 great teams coming in other than ourselves. But the kids will go in a day in the life of midshipmen here tomorrow, and they'll experience the academy. And one of the things is lunch. And it's not like a lot of places around the country where you can go get your specialty over there, or I'll have a burger, or I'll have this, or I'll have some pizza. You eat what's put down in front of you. And so, if you don't like whatever they're having that day, well, go get a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Knock your socks off. But so our kids really don't complain. They just eat whatever in front of them. We're not the new wave where you can kind of go create your own gourmet meal in the cafeteria. So it's about the same.
Coach Ed DeChellis joins us. All right, another guy wants to know, hey, Coach, your kid's concerned about the NIL?
No. There's no NIL issue here. United States government doesn't allow that.
No kidding. All right.
Yeah.
That's kind of simple.
So they, as you know or may not know, Dan, every student here at the academy gets paid.
Right.
So that's their NIL. They get paid a stipend per month. They don't see the whole thing. They got to pay for their laundry and all the haircuts and uniforms, but it starts to teach them the value of money and the value of getting paid and what taxes are all about. And they teach the young guys and gals here how to invest their money. They have to take courses in investment, and so they teach them how to invest their money and so forth. And so we don't have the NIL issues. Well, not issues, but opportunities, I guess you would say.
Last thing before I let you go, Coach, when you set a schedule at the Naval Academy, you're playing Virginia. Do you set it? How do I put this right? Do you do what everybody else did? What you did at Penn State? Try to set up so you're competitive in all games, but also with an eye towards the NCAA tournament. Or how does scheduling work at Navy?
Well, it's a little bit different. Dan, the whole portal now has changed scheduling. Like, there's times where, like, we schedule games. I don't know who's going to be on the roster next year because the rosters are turned over so quickly. So, right now we're trying to schedule for next year. But by the end of the year, they could have 3 guys leave and 5 guys come in at the school we've just scheduled. So, that's the challenge, I think. And, like coming up, we got Louisville next Monday. We got Virginia Tech Friday, Louisville next Monday. And my guys are telling me that Louisville's got 11 new guys on the team. Well, we scheduled them last year. They didn't have that. So I think it's, we try to play quality programs who are always going to be good, always going to challenge us. The Patriot League is a very good basketball league, but it's a one-bid league. So you got to play well in March, and you got to win your tournament to get to the NCAA tournament. I just try to make the path a little harder. Like, our kids really enjoyed playing the game last night. They'll enjoy playing Virginia Tech here on Friday. They'll enjoy playing Louisville next Monday. Like, they're hard games, but, they only go around once. And it's a great college experience to go in these great arenas and face these national power teams. And we're fortunate that, we're able to do that. So, you try to have a balance and blend. Some guys go, when are you going to win a game? But, you play them, and as you know, you've done this forever too. It's sometimes you sneak up on somebody, sometimes you get a win. But I think we're trying to create, a situation where you come to Navy, you're going to play against the best people. It's part of the recruiting thing for me. You come here, we're going to put you in a national spotlight. We're going to play national teams to try to see where we are as a program, see where we are as a player. And so I use it as a positive to try to recruit players and say, hey, we're not going to just play teams you never heard of. We're going to play all the guys that we can play in a national schedule, be on TV, be on the ACC network last night, and whatever network it may be. I just think that helps us.
That's great. Absolutely great. Appreciate you, man. Thank you very much for the time, Eddie. Thanks.
All right, buddy. You take care.
Yeah, it's good talking to you. Tell Scotty I said hello, will you?
I will do it. Thanks, pal.
All right. Man, oh, man, that's good stuff last night.